Okay, finally, look at that. Oh my gosh, I got excited. Look at that. Like even in these play boosters, you just get some really cool hits. Players can't draw cards or gain life at the beginning of, for 3, at the beginning of each player's draw step. That player loses 3 life, searches their library for a card, puts it in their hand, then shuffles. What a warping card. So a shock land that we love, and the backside of it is the coolest version, I think, is the nighttime version. Welcome back to another episode of Fork and Spoon MTG. I am here to show you the next segue into what we will be opening as our collector booster boxes, but for now we are going to move on from the play boosters and we are going to open a draft night box. And this one I just picked up last weekend, and it's great for drafting from home or playing with one other person. I would have bought 2 if I could afford it, but I just thought that this would be a great thing to open, to take a look at 12 more play boosters and to open a collector booster, and also check out what kind of lands they provide when it comes to something like this, because I know you need a lot of lands, especially if you host a draft night or stuff like that. But these are definitely designed to draft from home, which is pretty cool, because you know sometimes LGSs pack out, you know, and you need to do something from home, or you've got some people that they know their pod, they want to hang out with their buddies at home. So you know, if you're more comfortable drafting from home, this is a great way to do it. And you could ideally buy, if I was going to make a video out of this, I would buy 2 of these and make the collector booster a prize for winning. But on this video, we're going to be taking a look at our first draft night box. So without further ado, let's get down to it. All right, so here we have our draft night box. We're going to open this and we're going to try to get some good shock lands, just like how the last video left off. We're going to be hoping to crack into a couple of these. Oh, this plastic feels thicker than this one. We're going to hope to get into some shock lands. We already got all the changelings we want. I feel pretty happy with the tree folk we've got in the box. Now we're hoping to see if we could find some cool shock lands, if we can get into those, and segue into what we're showing for our collector boosters. Now I did open just 1 collector booster already, so I will be showing that in this video. What we got out of that, we got at least one thing that I think would be worthwhile for myself. I think there's something of value for everybody, but we do have an opened collector booster that I'll be showing people what we got out of there. And I think what we did get as far as a shock land, not to spoil anything, was actually a really good shock land. So let me just adjust my camera view real quick for a second here. So this is pretty cool. They got some rules here for drafting. For expanded draft rules, you can scan, which is awesome. And then they display the collector booster right on the very top. Have just like this really cool looking, you know, sort of case to hold just 1 collector booster, but they want to sell this well, and I don't blame them for it. The collector boosters are really cool, so we'll put that right next to the other one, and we'll open that at the very end after we show what we have opened before. So we get this one out of the way. We got more Lorwyn Eclipsed Draft archetypes if you're trying to figure out what to expect when you're drafting. So that's really cool. And then we've got 12 play boosters, because when you do draft, for the beginners out there, you do play draft with 6 play boosters. So there's 6 and 6. You can mix it up how it pleases you. So very cool box for this Lorwyn Eclipsed Draft Night. And then we've got the holder for the lands, and then it looks like there's even tokens in here. So we got a big stack of packs here. So let's separate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll put those right in the play boosters box, and we'll start with these 6. at random. Okay, so we've got those, and then we've got our lands. So we'll open the lands before we get to the collector boosters. So starting here, we're going to start with this pack here, and like I said, we've gotten into the changelings. We're pretty content with, I'm pretty content with what I have out of play boosters. I think that we've gotten, okay, another tree folk, awesome. But I really do feel content with the things that I've seen, the variety. This has just been a really exciting box to open into. Chaos Spewer. So for this draft night, we're going to go through 12, and then we're going to open that collector booster. Wild Unraveling. Liminal Hold. You're going to notice if I've already read it or if I've seen it before, I'll most likely just say the name. So if you want to hear a little bit more of a description, then look for the other videos before this, and sometimes I break down the cards a little bit more if it catches my eye. If it's something I don't think I'm going to use, then I might not. For example, Kithkin, Enraged Flamecaster, Dream Caesar, love the art on that. Omar Ryan, Wanderwine Distractor, Merfolk Wizard. When this creature becomes tapped, target creature and opponent controls gets -3/-0. Ooh. Sizzling Changeling. I love this card. If I could get this in a foil, I would be fat and sassy. I'll be very happy if I could find a Sizzling Changeling. I love, like I said in the previous video, it's derpy, it's on fire. It looks really cool. It's got a really cool background. It's just a little lizard, but when it dies, exile top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. I think that's great because it shapeshifts as a god. I am, like, as I've made known in the previous videos, I am building a God Kindred deck. So with the Kratos and Atreus, and I'm going all out for that deck. So I really just want cards like this to come in as gods, and for a 3 cost. It's right in my like sweet zone for what I want to play. For the flavor text, it says Berenton's Forges call to it, and it arrives whenever they need to be relit. It's so cool. I think this is probably my favorite shapeshifter in the whole set. But if you guys are building something different, tell me what you guys are building and what type of a shapeshifter, if you're using it for your deck or your commander deck or standard or any other type of deck, what you think is a shapeshifter that fits, that you were just excited to fit, because shapeshifters have so many different ways they can go. Unbury, Shrine Striker. This one, just the art reminds. I play with my 4-year-old son. I play Mario Kart, and this reminds me of Mario. It's just, but that's just me. I just played a race where we were riding on a rainbow road or something along the lines of that. So this kind of reminds me of it. But really cool elemental, kind of sticks to the tone of like making me not understand what is going on with an elemental at all in this set. But Moonlit Lamenter, Treefolk Cleric, a Gorgon Wizard, Tam Mindful First Year. Each other creature you control has hexproof from each of its colors. I can tap it, and target creature you control becomes all colors until the end of turn. Okay. Bone Club Berserker in the foil. And then we got a full art planes. All right. Well, I don't know why I separated these into 2 piles. Maybe I'm just trying to keep the theme of like a take-home draft night. But we got another elf token and a kithkin token, so we'll keep that there. We got Furdock Core. Seen that a couple times, and I think I pronounce it the same each time. Then we've got Glamorite. We have Gold Metal Nomad. Dawnhand Eulogist. Finally starting to pronounce that one correct. Lys Alana Informant. Seen that one before, but a nice little top deck manipulation card there. Burning Curiosity. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you may blight one. It's kind of cool. Like with like a companion there. I played a lot of Hunter in World of Warcraft, so I like the idea of someone like working with an animal to, you know, battle. I think that's kind of cool. Heirloom Auntie, seen you a few times. Boldwyr Aggressor, double strike. Other giants you control have double strike. This is literally the beginner precon dragon commander, but for giants, and it's not legendary. Noggle the Mind, really cool art on that. Flock Imposter, another good shapeshifter with flying. This is probably the only other card other than the lizard that's going to be going into my deck because it has flying. It makes it a little bit more elusive, hard to block. Elf Assassin. With Death Touch, whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. A Virulent Emissary. I have not seen that one yet. I almost put that in the different pile, but we've got Sig's Command, the Star Wars guys from the bar. Shore Lurker for the 10th time. This time it's a foil and a full art plains. We've seen Mutavault before, but I have not seen maybe I haven't read it, but Elk. I looked at my Oko card that I got out of a pack, and I saw that his flip side has the Elk. So I was curious why that token is a thing at all. Marrow Sky Swimmer in the Richard Ferguson art. Wild Unraveling. Appeal to Erdu. Stoic Grove Guide. Another Elf Druid, that's black and green. Pay 1 a black or green. Exile this card from your graveyard. Create a 2/2 black and green elf token. It's kind of cool. Elves love tokens. Scarblade Scout, Midnight Tilling, Flamekin Guildweaver, Bog Slither's Embrace, Pyric. This is one card that in a previous video I was like, can somebody explain what this means? Just a little bit for me. Pyric Strike. Chomping Changeling. Creekwood Safe Right. Oop, card stuck. Skin Scare Sentry. Runaway Together. And then a Plains. Noticing a trend there. All right, we're on pack 4. Let's see what we got for the token. Kithkin or a treasure. Gravegill Scoundrel, Merfolk Rogue. Sun-Dappled Celebrant. Rooftop Percher, we've seen this one a few times for 5. It's got flying, and when it enters, exile 2 cards from graveyards, and you gain 3 life. So not bad for, like, if you're going against a graveyard recursion, but it's kind of specific for a 5 cost. I don't know how much I would use it. Tend the Sprigs. I have a couple people that play graveyard recursion, but I feel like not enough. I feel like I would need to be swapping it in and out. Boggart Prankster. Gallant Foul Knight, the little Kithkin riding the rooster. Illusion Spinners. Sting Slinger. Encumbered Reejery. Voracious Tome Skimmer. Aurora Awakener. Giant Druid, and Evolving Wilds in the foil. That's cool. Oh, cards are a little sticky. They're sticking a little bit in this pack. Okay. But Evolving Wilds and a foil mountain. Okay. I don't have any foil Evolving Wilds yet, so that's kind of cool. Something new. A lot of these shapeshifter tokens with Changeling. Wish it was just a 1/1 shapeshifter. All right. Oh God, why do I screw this one up every time? Aquitex. defenses. The cards can be confusing to look at. Sometimes they're confusing to pronounce. But if they're in your commander deck, pronounce it correctly. That is kind of a rule. You want to say it right. Wanderblind Preacher, Evolving Wilds in the non-foil, Dawn's Light Archer, Kolrath Zealot, Barbed Bloodletter, Riverguard's Reflexes. I love the art on this. Sizzling Changeling. Wish you were a little later in the pack so we could get you in foil, but that's okay. Unbury, Shine Striker, Moonlit Lamenter. Oh, okay. Finally, look at that. Oh, my gosh, I got excited. Okay, Steam Vents. Another Shockland. It's not in the collector boosters. You can get these where they flip, and it will be a version of this and a version of this. And Steam Vents is something that I definitely want to get in the collector boosters, but awesome Shockland. In blue and red, those are two very good colors to have in a deck, blue and red. So Bog Slither's Embrace in the foil and a Full Art Mountain. So that is super cool to get a Steam Vents. I like getting Steam Vents in the old border. That's personally what I like. I have a couple of those in some commander decks, but I love that. I will be putting Shocklands in every deck that I possibly can. To me, Shocklands are the best, hands down, to me, the best dual land outside of the original dual lands. And I only have, and by that I mean a dual land that has no conditions. So that's Plateau, things like that where they do not have a condition. They just come in and you can tap for one or the other. And an elf token. Feel bad putting an elf token over a Steam Vents, but hey, that's okay. Marrow Sky Swimmer. Oh, look at this. Ferguson's coming through with 2 arts all in one. Are we going to get 3? Nope. But very cool. Richard Ferguson. Best artist in Magic the Gathering, in my opinion. Wanderblind Preacher. I'm actually hoping to get a mat that has Richard Ferguson's art on it and is signed by him. So there's an LGS that has the certificate. I'm not going to be going out to a convention anytime soon. It would be really awesome to have a mat with his signature on it. Mist Meadow Council, Brambleback Brute, Blighted Blackthorn, Riverguard's Reflexes, Eclipsed Elf, Elf Scout in the alt art. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an elf, swamp, or forest card from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Go in there. Pummel for Hire. Gathering Stone. Sig's Command. We've seen you 1,000 times. Doran Besieged by Time. First time seeing this one. Legendary creature Treefolk Druid. Each creature spell you cast with toughness greater than its power costs 1 less to cast. Alright, that's Treefolk for you. Whenever a creature you control attacks, it gets +X until end of turn, where X is the difference between its power and toughness. Ooh, he's got 5 difference. He's a good card. Burning Curiosity and, ooh, look at that. A foil version though. Okay, we got 6 more, and then we are going to show you real quick what that collector booster brought us, and then we are going to open the new one, the fresh one, Oko, and an Elk. How fitting. We got Kolrath Mystic, Tributary Vaulter. I got this in the first pack that I ever opened, and I feel like I get it in like every pack that I open. Chaos Spewer, Temporal Cleansing, Safe Right Cavalry, Gristle Glutton, Blighted Blackthorn, Mist Meadow Council, Eclipsed Flamekin, Eclipsed Boggart, Eclipsed Realm. What is... Okay, there's a theme. If it was Champion of the Eclipsed, I would just freak out. What does this land do? As this land enters, choose Elemental, Elf, Fairy, Giant, Goblin, Kithkin, Merfolk or Treefolk. Add colorless or add 1 mana of any color. Add this mana to spell, cast a spell of the chosen type. Okay, that's gotta go in the Treefolk, Elf decks. Champion of the Klaken and Cinder Strike, and oh, look at that. God, like even in these play boosters, you just get some really cool hits. All right. Moving on. Another Treefolk token. Spiral into Solitude, Prideful Feastling, Stratosorer, Cinder Strike, Vile Boggart, Great Forest Druid, Bone Club Berserker, Twin Flame Travelers. I think we've seen this one before, but maybe in a different art. Really cool. Seers are just crazy card. Eclipsed Elf. That would have been crazy in that that pack. Chronicle of Victory is a very good Kindred card. As Chronicle of Victory enters, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +2/+2, first strike, and trample. And whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, draw a card. I would say for 6, that's worth it. Brigid Klaken's Heart. She flips into Brigid Dune's Mind. Oof. Pummel for hire and an island. Got a fairy token and a goblin token. I've got Prideful Feastling, Kolrath Mystic, Keep Out, Wary Farmer, Flamekin Guildweaver, Scarblade Scout, Gilt Leaf's Embrace. I know I've seen this, but I don't know if I've seen this. Yes, I've seen that. Lys Alana Dignitary, Lasting Tarfire, Mud Button Curse Tosser, Mornsong Aria. Players can't draw cards or gain life at the beginning of for 3. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life, searches their library for a card, puts it in their hand, then shuffles. What a warping card. I feel like that just warps gameplay so much. Aura Awakener. Pitiless Fist. Enchant creature. This when it enters and fights up to 1 target. Okay. And planes. Let's see. We've got a few more. You can tell I'm getting excited for that. I think we have enough elf tokens. If this is, yeah, we'll just keep those elf tokens. Yeah, we've got a ton. Slag type Dagger. I'm getting excited for those that collector booster. Flaring Cinder, Sun Dappled Celebrant, Changeling Wayfinder, Surly Farrier, Elder Auntie. Somebody build an Auntie deck. Just all Aunties. Lys Alana Informant. Crib Swap. This kind of irks me, makes me feel weird. Thirst for Identity. Pitiless Pits. Glenalendra. I feel like that is a well-known card. Then we got Wanderwine Distractor and the Nighttime Plains. So that's cool. I like those. The Nighttime Plains looks really cool. We have a worm token. It's a worm. Okay. Worm token's kind of fun. Gravel Gill Scoundrel, Tributary Vaulter, Stoic Grove Guide, Reckless Ransacking, Dawnhand Eulogist, Tend the Sprigs, Summit Sentinel, Protective Response, Prisma Basher, Squawk Croaster, Rim Fire Torque. As this artifact enters, choose a creature type. When a permanent you control the chosen type enters, put a charge counter on this artifact. Remove 3 charge counters from this artifact. When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell, this turn, copy it. Okay, copy. Charge counters and copies. If you like that, you like it. Formidable Speaker. Unforgiving Aim. Okay, finally in the foil. And Plains in the foil. Woo! Woo! Okay. Let's see. Blossom Bind, which appeal to Irdu. Mischievous Sneakling. Burning Curiosity. Blight Rot. Midnight Tilling. Unforgiving Aim. Boggart Mischief. Everstrike's Gift. Lofty Dreams. Shimmerwild's Growth. Moralen Fey Ascendant. That's the... Oh! I was saying that at the beginning of this video. I put it in this stack. But I was saying, I literally called that out, saying, I wish you were a foil. And we got one. We got a Sizzling Changeling in the foil. Sweet. That is 100% going in that. Oh, yeah, that's going here. Forest, and the card, I don't really know the meaning of it, the reason for it even existing. I don't think I put any of the changelings in here. Yeah, because that was of those 12 packs, this is the one that I would use in that God Kindred deck. So beautiful. Okay. Let's move this up here. This up here. We're going to take a gander. How do you want me to get to you? There we go. All right. A ton of these are all the same plains, all the same islands, all the same swamp, all the same mountain. Whoa, that's a lot of mountains, it feels like. All the same forest. Can't let it fall. Then we got our tokens. Kithkin tokens, they flip. Treasure. Do they flip into different things? Oh my gosh, they do. Elves, merfolk, goblins. Let's just flip it so I can show you guys the backside. Fairies, tree folk, shapeshifter, treasure, elf. Very cool. That's a lot of lands. I love that. That's so cool because I will be hosting a draft night with this right here. A little bit of a switcheroo on you guys, but I will be doing a Tarkir Dragonstorm draft night where I will be hosting for 3 buddies in the pod, and we will be doing some draft. And there we go. So this is the collector booster that we had previously opened, so I wanted to show that off a little bit. Reckless Ransacking, we've seen. Wild Unraveling, Stalactite Dagger, Dawn Hand, Eulogist, Shore Lurker. Like I said, I've cracked this card 15,000 times. Meander's Guide, Chomping Changeling, Nightmare Sower, Glamour Gifter, Mirror Form, and we got this. We got a Hollowed Fountain that flips. So a shock land that we love, and the backside of it is the coolest version, I think, is the nighttime version. But really cool. Flitterwing Nuisance, a full art basic land in the island, and a Spry and Mighty. That's gonna definitely go in the Tree Folk deck, and Belonging. And then an Elf Warrior and a Plant Token. So that is those. Those are going there. These are going here. Okay. So let's crack into our first collector booster on film, though. That one was already opened up. My gosh, the glue. What they use. Oh my gosh, this is insane. I had to use my teeth. Oh, that's hard. That's hardcore. That's hard on the teeth. So there is a chance for really cool shock lands. There is the serialized card. Those I think could be in here. Elemental and Elemental. Oof. Look at the Elemental on that. That is crazy. Okay. Whew. Gloom Meadow Nomad. We've seen you. Elder Auntie. We've seen you. Card I can never pronounce. Aquatex Defenses. Barbed Bloodletter. This Alana Informant. So if we find some good elves, we're going to be swapped. Oh my gosh, look at how good Shrine Striker looks. Whoa. Okay. Perfect Intimidation. Rhyme Chill. Boggart Curse Crafter. Man, the foil looks insane on these. Forest. Put that there. Tristan, Callous Cultivator with Death Touch, and whenever it enters or transforms, mill 3 cards. If there's an elf card in your graveyard, you gain 2 life. So green-black card, Death Touch. Okay, that's pretty cool. Wickersmith's Tools. Lava Leaper. What are you? All creatures have haste. Whenever a player taps a basic land for mana, that player adds 1 source of any type to that land produced. Champion of the Weird in the full art. And we got Morn Song Aria. That's that game warping card. Well, that is it for tonight. That is going to be our Draft Night. I think that's a pretty cool pack, a cool set of things to open, either for the value of it, if you just like to like get a somewhat of a discount, get a ton of lands and like basics to add to your decks, or for collectability reasons, if you want 30 planes that are the same, then go for it. If you we got some really cool art in some of the elf cards, and but you know, I didn't grab a ton out of there. A lot of them, there's probably some really good ones in there that I don't know about. But if you enjoy this content, leave a like. You know, subscribe if you want to see more, because I will be consistently doing this. We're in kind of like a pack opening season, but we will be opening these in the upcoming videos. So if you want to see some collector boosters, see if we pull a serialized, see if we pull something along the lines of that, or something just really good, something really cool. If you like to enjoy watching these types of videos, let me know. And I hope you guys are finding some really cool things in packs, and it's a really fun set. I think that like when you pull like lands that look like this, it's just gorgeous lands, really cool elves, shock lands. I mean, they brought so much good things to this set that just make me so happy. And I don't know why there's a goblin token in here. That should go there. Thank you. But if you guys are enjoying the set, let me know what you're cracking out of your packs, and stick around and we'll open some collector boosters. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys comment on some of these, and stick around after we finish Lorwyn. We're going back to what happened right before the Lorwyn expansion, was the God of War Secret Lair. This is just one that I have right here in front of me, but oh, here we go. There's another one, Norse. We opened these in a previous video, and we are building a deck, and it is virtually done, but there's little sprinkles on top, like Sizzling Changeling, that I want to put in there. So you're going to see some really cool things. I thought the deck was done, and then things like Sizzling Changeling came out, and that deck, I'm 100% going to have a little lizard running next to Kratos. So that only makes sense in my mind. I think that's a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see it come into fruition. So I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you all next time. Take care, and bye-bye.